Welcome back, friends. Today, we're diving into the art of cooking the perfect standing prime ribs. I'll take you through each step, from seasoning to roasting, and share some little known stories about this iconic cut. If you love diving into the stories behind food as much as I do, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I promise more mouth-watering recipes, little-known culinary histories, and honest tips that actually work. Walking through these Azerbaijani mountains, I can't help but feel the weight of history pressing gently on my shoulders. These peaks have witnessed centuries of shepherds, traders, and travelers. Look at these rugged slopes. They're not just beautiful, they're alive with stories. Every stone here has a memory. Every tree, a secret it's keeping from the world. Collecting firewood might seem simple, but it connects me to the generations who've done the same, keeping their families warm, cooking meals, sharing laughter around small fires. Now we're moving to the main event, cooking the standing prime ribs. This cut has a fascinating history. Centuries ago, it was considered a luxury, reserved for kings and nobility during grand feasts. In medieval Europe, prime ribs were roasted slowly over open flames, often in huge kitchens where dozens of servants tended the fire, turning the meat and basting it with herbs and wine. Back then, the quality of the meat was a statement. Farmers would save the best animals for special occasions, and the prime rib became a symbol of celebration and prosperity. Fun fact, in the 18th century, this cut was often served with a crust of coarse salt and fragrant herbs, creating a natural seal that kept the meat juicy during long roasts. By the way, friends, don't forget to check out my website. You can pick whatever you like. It's a little way to bring a piece of this journey home with you. Life hack. Even though I don't have a medieval kitchen, I always let my prime ribs sit at room temperature for an hour before roasting. It helps cook evenly and keeps it tender. Another tip. A simple rub of salt, black pepper, and garlic does wonders. But layering flavors with rosemary or thyme can transport your taste buds straight back to those grand European halls. I remember the first time I cooked prime ribs at home, it was intimidating. But once you hear the sizzle as it hits the pan, you realize cooking is part theater, part magic. Historically, in America, prime ribs became popular in the 19th century, often roasted for holidays and family gatherings. It symbolized abundance and togetherness. Some chefs swear by searing the outside first, locking in juices. I do this every time. It's a small step with a huge payoff, creating a perfect crust while keeping the inside tender. I have a question for you, friends. What's the one special dish that always makes your family or friends gather around the table? I'd love to hear your stories in the comments. Cooking is always better when shared. Now I decided to make some handmade hooks for the kitchen. I love working with wood. It's calming, tactile, and there's something magical about shaping raw material with your own hands. Did you know that woodworking is one of the oldest human crafts? For thousands of years, people have been shaping wood, not just for furniture, but for tools, utensils, and even art. A little life hack: always sand the edges smooth. It's a small step, but it prevents splinters and makes your hooks feel professional and safe. I love improvising designs. Sometimes the hook curves just so, other times it's straight. But every piece carries a bit of my personality, and that's what makes it unique. Working with wood reminds me of family traditions. My grandparents would make simple tools at home, and now I feel connected to that hands-on way of life. Now it's time to take a little break and enjoy some coffee. I absolutely love these moments. They're small pauses that feel almost sacred in a busy day. Coffee has such a rich history. Did you know it was first discovered in Ethiopia centuries ago? Legend says a goat herder noticed his goats were unusually energetic after eating coffee berries. Over time, coffee spread across the world, from the Middle East to Europe, and each culture added its own rituals and flavors. Brewing coffee became an art, not just a routine. All right, friends, let's send our beautiful beef rib off to the oven and let it start its journey to perfection. The aroma is going to be incredible. Here I am again, getting my hands busy. I'm making a large wooden spoon, a simple tool, but one that carries so much character and charm. By the way, you can find similar handcrafted tools in my shop: bowls, cups, knives, and more. It's a little way to bring craftsmanship into your own kitchen. Life hack. When cutting the basic shape, always follow the natural grain of the wood. It makes carving easier and prevents the spoon from splitting. Another tip: sand progressively from coarse to fine grit. It smooths out the edges and makes the spoon feel silky in the hand, ready for everyday use. I've added a little string so it can hang on the hooks. And just like that, our wooden spoon is ready. Practical, handmade, and full of character. Now, it's time to prepare the sauce for our rib. I love how a simple glaze can completely transform the flavor of a roast. I'm brushing it generously over the meat, making sure every inch is coated. It's going to caramelize beautifully in the oven. Oh, the aroma already. You can smell the herbs, the garlic, and that deep roasted richness. It's irresistible. Wow, just look at it. Perfectly roasted, golden on the outside, juicy on the inside. I can't wait to taste it. Finally, the moment has come. Every step, every little detail, all the time spent prepping and roasting, it all leads to this first bite. Thank you so much for watching, friends. Don't forget to subscribe for more stories, recipes, and little adventures in cooking and crafting.
Super.